hit the video right there and we will hit that video right there and we will hey guys, thanks for stopping by my channel today. My name's Tammy and I own Walnut Creek Bath Boutique and I am in the States here in Indiana. Today's video is a soap making video. Last time I brought you a soap, it was an accelerating fragrance oil and how we working through using a fragrance oil that we know would accelerate. This time, I'm working on a fragrance oil that will discolor, and I wanted to just share with you how I was able to come up with a beautiful design with a very dark colored fragrance oil, or a fragrance oil that discolors to pretty dark. The fragrance oil I'm talking about today is Tonka and Oud. I get this from Candle Science. One of my favorite fragrances from Candle Science. I did not make this last year. I made it 2 years ago, and I made 2 batches because the first batch sold out that quickly. So I went ahead and used my Winston & Walter Busy Bee soap mold, and guys, I cut it the right way. I want to thank everyone for their suggestions on marking the mold and marking the wood and making sure that I am putting it in the cutter the right way. So I did not make a mistake this time. I appreciate all of your guys' tips on how to not do that. Tonka and Oud, let's talk about that real quick. Guys, I don't know, there is something about this scent that just speaks to my soul. I think it is so good. I think it's kind of a popular scent for Candle Science, so if you soap makers out there have smelled this or used it, please let me know down below what you think of it, what you've used it in, and how well it sold for you. I do make a candle for this. I make wax melts with this, and now again for the second time I'm making a soap with this. It did discolor to a dark brown, but I got some really pretty swirls with it. So I'm excited to share with you what I did with this fragrance oil, so stay tuned for that, and then I will see you in a minute, or 3, or 20. We'll see. I don't know yet. We'll see. Alright guys, so in here I have my liquid oils blended in with my kaolin clay already. And I'm going to go ahead and get my hot oils, or hard oils, or butters I should say, in here. And I'm doing it this way because I just felt like I was getting the trace a little too quickly. Like the pot is so hot still that I'm thinking this would be a better way of trying to get this done and taking them out of the hot pot. I did feel like there was a time where I felt like that I was already getting soap on the bottom of this pot by the time I got to that part of the batch. If I was just doing one color, it probably wouldn't be a big deal. One quick pour or whatever. So that's 94. So that cooled it down, which it would have, but now my pot is cool and it's not going to keep heating the bottom of the pot like that one does. Does that make sense? I'm sure it does to you. I'm just not explaining it at all. I'm going to go ahead and get my goat milk in here, guys, so I don't forget. It's not a big deal when you add your goat milk. You can do it before or after trace, before or after lye. I've done it all ways and it always turns out. So not a big deal when you do that. I just have to do it so I don't forget. Now I'm going to go get my fragrance oil. I think I'm good to go. I'm going to go ahead. My lye water is a little cool. So I think just add it. Oh gosh, I hope this is going to fit. I thought it would. Let's see. I may have to transport it. Oh my. It is not going to fit in this. I really thought it would. Alright, hang on. I gotta get this back in my pot because it's not going to fit in here. This is the biggest one I have. Alright, I'm going to try to do this without making a mess. And this has cooled off already. So it's cold, so I'm still good with that, but I just hope I don't spill anything. I'm not even going to worry about bubbles at this point. And I'm getting a lot of bubbles. I really thought that would fit. Lesson learned there. Lye solution in there. I have a very cruddy pot here over here for my lye solution. That was, I burned SCI or SCS noodles in my pot. I overheated it and it burned, and it took a little bit of that finish off. So I don't use that to make cosmetics anymore, but it's fine for lye water. So if you're wondering why I'm concerned about having bubbles, and there are a lot of bubbles in this, it will just, oh, I forgot to put my hairnet on. Hang on, let me put that on, back on. It will just make your bar not super smooth. So it's just going to have more of a rougher texture on it. Doesn't make or break a bar of soap at all. So no big deal as far as that goes. It's just aesthetics. I honestly do not remember how this soap behaves, or this fragrance oil. So I'm going to go ahead and portion off all of my whites and add the fragrance oil separately, just in case I'm going to have a problem with that. Oh, look. There's oil in there. It fell right in the pot. Awesome. If you're gonna make a mess, at least make a clean mess, right? That works out great. All right, this is so heavy, guys. Hang on, let me hug it. Gotta hug it. You know what? I am just gonna do that just to help with some of the bubbles. I'm not gonna have a lot of white. It's going to be mostly the brown. Okay. Can you see those bubbles? There's a lot of them in there. So I have my TD over here mixed up. I need to get a new batch made up, but I do have a layer of oil on top, so I just stir that in really well. Let's see, I am going to do 3 on 2 of them. 1, 2, 3, and then on 1 I'm going to do 5. Okay. So I'm setting this one aside so I don't get it mixed up. I am going to go ahead and blend this one a little bit. And while I'm at it, I'm going to blend this with a little bit of fragrance oil. So you can notice that I have 2 with 3 scoops of white, 1 with fragrance oil, 1 without. I think it's important when you have a discoloring fragrance oil that's pretty dark that you really do blend that fragrance oil in very well, because I have had splotchiness on fragrance oils that didn't get quite blended in as well as they should have. I dropped things. Let's close that. Let's see where I'm at. It's just starting to come to a trace. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. See how it's already starting to discolor a little bit? It's a nice medium tan. scraping the pots out. I'll be right back when they're all scraped out. I felt like I was scraping those jars forever. I'm just going to do a swirl like I do. I do this on most of my soaps actually, because I think they're hard to beat. Let's see what it looks like in a couple days. Okay, let's cut open this. Wow. So there, I think this is going to be kind of neat inside. Let me get a marker. So normally what I would do is take a knife, and I think I will take a knife, and I'm just randomly putting a mark over here because this is my logs and I want to know that because I don't want to make another mistake and cut it on the wrong side. But I'm also going to mark my mold, and I don't know if this will wash off, and I don't even know that I care too much if it's accurate right now. Oops. See, it's kind of turned on me, and I want to make sure that I'm cutting this way. Oh my gosh, you should see my back counter. All right. So there's my marks. You can see how light it is, but you can also see that's how dark it's going to get. So it's definitely going to lighten or darken up. All right, 4 logs. 4 logs. That one's thin. What happened? Why is that one so much thinner? Oh, guys, my teeth were wrong again. I thought I double checked that. If it's not the mold giving me problems, it's this thing that I love, but it drives me crazy that this falls out every time. Every time I touch it, the wire falls out of the teeth. I wish there was a locking mechanism I could come up with. So, these are big. This is a little wonky in its shape. So what I think I'm going to do, because I think this is mostly fine. Actually, it's going to be above my what's on my label. It's not that far off. But I'll sell these at the end and I'll weigh them, and I may mark it down like 50 cents or something, $1 or 50 cents for these. But I'll sell this batch first, and I think that's just how I'm going to do it. I'm wanting one bigger piece for my sample packs. That this mold doesn't give me quite the 2 really thick samples. So I'm having a very thin sample for orders. So this can go to an order, and then this one can go to the sample pack. I think that's a good way of doing that. Whoops! I'm not even looking on the inside. I have some weird yellow. Every once in a while I'm seeing a yellow. I don't know where that's coming from. I think the swirls are going to be pretty neat. I like the swirls and I like the top. I'm going to let this one finish discoloring all the way, and I will bring you back when that has happened so we can see the final product. What do you think? Let's take a closer look at this. I think this is so pretty. Now, I do believe it may discolor just a little bit more, but again, I just have to get these videos done so I can start editing some videos. If you want to see what it looks like after the full discoloration, I may either throw up a picture or just go check out my website maybe, and it'll be on there. But I think the swirls turned out really pretty. The cream swirl, and then a little bit of a lighter swirl, and then the white swirl. I think it just gave the bar a very pretty vibe. And guys, this is a very strong scented soap. Now, it's only been a couple of days since I've cut it. I think next time I would go down to 4%, honestly. We'll see what my customers think. Tonka and Oud, I didn't remember this being that strong. So we'll see also what it does in a few weeks if it's kind of toned down a little bit. It is very, very strong. Some people like a really, really strong scented soap. But I really think it's pretty. And the top, I don't care for that one, but let's look at this. This top is pretty. This is a really pretty top. It has all the colors, all the color variations. So I think I did really good on working with a very discoloring fragrance oil. What do you think? So guys, thanks for stopping by and watching my video with me today. I really do appreciate every single one of you. If you want to see how I made a soap using a very quick moving fragrance oil as opposed to a discoloring fragrance oil, and you haven't seen my beechwood soap, I will link that to the side of me somewhere. Go check that out. It really does help my channel when someone goes and stays on and watches multiple videos, so appreciate that. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Bye.